Live at the Villa Rosa Kempinski on this Inspiration Thursday. An amazing story of two foreign women who came to Africa and have made a difference. The stories are harrowing about what they've been through to start a disabled children's home and a street children home. Two different parts of the city, two different stories, one common theme: forgotten children. That's why we're using that hashtag, forgotten children. And Tina, Richter and Elizabeth Fulton are the ones who are making a difference, one child at a time. Twitter handles at KHP Harambee, at Elizabeth Fulton, at Koinange Jeff. Hashtag again, forgotten children. Now ladies, you guys have some interesting backgrounds. I want to start with you, Elizabeth, because you first came to Ghana when you were a little girl.
Yes.
You're in Ghana.
Yes. Yes. My stepfather was a professor of economics. My mother was a professor of anthropology. So I got to take a group of African Americans to their motherland in Ghana, and it was a wait for the movie, okay? It was an exciting experience.
I'm sorry, were you the only white child?
My sister, who was 4 years younger than I.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
so, yeah, okay. So that was Ghana.
That was
How'd
Ghana.
you end up in East Africa?
My stepfather got a job teaching at the University of Dar es Salaam, again, economics, and we all went together, my now two sisters and my pregnant mother and my stepfather, and there were no secondary schools in Dar es Salaam, none. Zero. So this was back in '76. So they looked around. I could have taken French lessons and secretarial training, but instead I came up here.
And you went to?
Ibani School, Thika. And I...
on your own?
Yes. And at that time it was full of what we used to call white Highlanders. I think people now call them Kenyan cowboys. And
you said it.
And I moved around from house to house for the first term, and then a teacher gave me room, but I was homeless, 15, in a foreign country with no currency. But I was fine because my tribe took care of me. Even though I had a funny accent, I was still a member of their tribe.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. I'll get back to you in a second. Tina, first came to Africa in the 70s on safari.
Right?
What was that like?
I can't remember every detail, yeah, but that was holidaying with my parents, who were converting later on as well. In half the luggage was for us for holiday, and the rest was donations for the children that we knew from the other holiday. My parents traveled a lot Africa, so I'm somehow brandmarked from my home.
That's why you keep coming back. That's why you're attracted to
Obviously. Everything has a reason. I don't know. Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this German woman who you later hooked up with, who was sending money back to Kenya, she's still alive?
She's still alive, but she did not only send money to Kenya. She worked in Ethiopia and Kenya for 25 years as a missioner and working as a nurse. So she got the feeling of Kenya, and when she came back to Germany, she still supported an orphanage, and she always wished to leave a path behind. Yeah, she's now 84 years old, and she's still very interested in what is happening here.
When she sent you and she asked you to go and look at the school or go look where the money's going, and you told her what had happened, was she disappointed? Was
yes,
she?
Yes. I think she's belonging to the little bit of persons who still believe in the good things in each, and having that destroyed in one go is cruel. Is depressing.
Yeah. Would you want to bring her back to see what you've done?
Yeah, she came. She came with me 2 years ago, and she wants to come this year in October.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still traveling, of course.
So is the hope back?
Yes.
You restored the hope in her?
Yes.
Yeah. Fast forward. So 2005, you come back to Kenya.
Yes. And I have a college-age son and a high school-age daughter, and no job, and so I start volunteer teaching in Kangeme, but I see that they don't need me, and I was living in Runda, so it was a long commute.
Yeah.
So I said to the math teacher, "Sir, you don't need me. I'm not going to come anymore. It's too hard to get here." And he said, "You're right, but let me show you who does." And he brought me to the pastor's Sunday classroom at his church, but all week they took in not homeless, no, but street kids whose parents were working, whatever, or had no parents, and but they were all baby class age, and they were not getting an education. So I started helping and bringing them boiled eggs, and we blew up to 200 kids. And then
You would bring 200 boiled eggs to the kids?
I did, yes. I actually took it down to 100, and they had to split their eggs in half. But then I started, then we started trying to make it a proper Kenyan school, and getting some people to help from the community, and then we had boom, 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 3 directors in a row corrupted. And I use that word carefully because they were corrupted by having too much foreign money come in. They had started out as good men who helped the orphans, and literally they had 10 orphans living in their houses. But then when we started giving them money for desks and for uniforms, and they of course took it to me, and it was time for their second wives. And they spent it all, and I had to fire them, and it was hard. And that's when my husband quit. And but I kept going, and now we have a very good Kenyan director.
Yeah.
So.
No, I just mentioned at this point, none of you live in Kenya, right? None of you.
Not now.
You commute.
Yeah.
You all come, you spend months, and then you go back. Tina, where does the money come from?
Private persons.
All
Private donors.
well wishes.
Yes. We're looking for that golden egg, that sponsor who will help us, who will support us for the future projects that are already here projected.
Yeah.
So far, everything private.
Yeah. Tell me something about the Harambee Children Therapy Center. What do you do with these children?
Okay, we offer a daycare center for the multiple disabled children, to give the mothers a chance to go out and work, to earn the money to feed the rest of the family. As I told you in the beginning, 95% single mothers, because fathers go off straight away. So they have, in the average, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children to feed, and they can't if there is a multiple disabled child, or they lock it up in the shed and they just go and they don't care. We do have that cases as well, but a lot of mothers do love their children and want the best for them, and it breaks their heart if they have to leave them behind and lock up. So we give the possibility during the day from 8 to 18. We feed them 3 times a day, very high qualified nutrition that are special kids. It's different, yeah. It's not comparable to healthy kids.
Yeah.
We do organize the medical care. We do take them to hospital. We inclusive take them to Germany for operations. We did that already in the past, all donated on private base. I find the clinics in Germany who are funding that. So
You do all that yourself?
Pardon me?
You do all that yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no employees. My staff here, best team ever. Best team ever. Are so loyal and so straight and so responsible and so honest. I cannot talk bad about Kenyans. Yeah, they are what you say. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
But I've got the best one for me. Fair enough.
Yeah. But you had to go through hell to get these ones because the other ones threatened your life.
Of
They
course.
wanted to.
No, now in the project of the disabled, perfect. I'm absolutely happy with the stuff I have. So what we offer is the daycare and the children that are having capacities, mentally challenged, physically challenged, deaf ones, blind ones, we send them to boarding schools.
What are the ages?
Between 3 and 18, 19.
So you send the seniors to high school?
Yes.
You all paid for?
Yes.
What happens after that? Oh, you haven't gotten there yet?
That is my next project. Here we go. I need land.
Oh, good luck with that.
And I need money. And I want to open a occupational center where we do have jobs for handicapped persons where we can train them. We do that in a very small range now already. because we are right now installing a bakery and a tailor shop.
In Dandora.
Yes.
If someone wants to get in touch, what's your email? What's your website?
khp-harambee.org.
Where does your money come from?
Friends and friends of my family, and we did one year get a $25,000 donation from an energy company that my husband knew, somebody who knew. But it's personal people, and the way we do it is largely we have a person and a sponsor and a sponsee, and certainly for the kids who go on to secondary school, so that they don't talk to each other directly, because we found that the Kenyan children just keep asking. But I report back and forth, and we have a lot of people who are paying $15 a month, which supports one elementary school kid.
I was going to ask, how much is it an average to support one child?
Yeah, it's gone up. There's been inflation in this country, so it was $15 a month a couple years ago. I would rather have it be like 20 now.
Yeah,
but
about 2,000 shillings.
Yeah.
Per child.
Yeah.
Per month.
Per month, yes, and they get 2 meals, and they share textbooks. They don't get to take home their textbooks, but they get textbooks, and we collect uniforms and stuff for them when we can, but they're allowed in school wearing whatever they're wearing, and they're not sent home for lack of a Bible, and they get the teachers care for them, and we have a lovely caring community. People kill over land. So we those kids who were brave enough to go up to Busia, I promised them a secondary education. So we just graduated our first 5 boys. None of the girls have made it through yet.
No. How did the boys do?
Good. We 6 graduated, and 4 of them passed. So it's better than the Kenyan average.
Absolutely.
Yes, but now we don't really have anything for them. Our Kenyan director, Andrew Omundi, is trying to find work things, and we just set a kid up with selling boiled eggs. But,
Yeah. What's your website?
www.Kawangware Children's Center, spelled ER.
Center, ER,
.org, because it used to be housing. So we used to be a children's center. So
you don't house anymore.
Corruption. We had to close our housing.
Thieves out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Tina, to be fair to Kenyans, some of them, there are some Kenyans running children's homes and doing a decent job. There are. I mean, you agree?
Yes.
Right? But not enough is being done. Do you agree?
Not enough in
locally.
Respect to
we
the
are not
disabled
doing
or to the orphanages.
In period, both.
Both. No, it cannot be enough.
Especially disabled, I would say. Because this is one slum in Nairobi.
We have no homes for disabled children. I have right now one neglected child at home, which cannot be taken care by the family, and I don't know where to bring him to.
Because you don't have the capacity,
there is no nursery home. There is no place where you can bring a multiple disabled child who needs medical care, long term. There is no place. We need to organize that, and I need the help of the government for that. It cannot be that this is all based on private base. This is a government problem, because they are citizens of Kenya.
Yeah?
Yes.
And they are part of the society. So I need the government to help us for that.
Yeah.
And we have to think about a plan together, how to put it in a structure for the future, that things can go better.
Yeah. And these people who you hire, who steal from you.
I mean, I've gone. They're gone. They're out of my face. But it's every time. So we live. The school is right next door to St. Teresa Clinic. And St. Teresa Clinic approached me and said, let's be friends, let's work together, partnership. We offer health, you offer education. I said, great, our kids need deworming pills. St. Teresa Clinic said, great, it'll cost you 50 shillings a pill.
What happened to working together?
Yeah, I went to the pharmacy here in Westlands. I said, how much can I buy a bunch of pills for? What's your cost? Three shillings a pill.
Oh no.
So this is partnership. This is the kind of partnership I'm being offered from everybody in Kenya. Not everybody, but most people.
Yeah.
When I bring a student to a secondary school and I'm introduced, this is his sponsor, he's an orphan starting school, the teachers take me aside and ask me to give them money.
For what?
For their continued education.
The teachers.
They want to go on to school. Everybody does,
Because they think you're rich Muzungus, is that it?
Yes.
Rather than, so my problem.
Are there any poor Muzungus out there?
Yeah.
In Kenya, no.
I used to be one, okay? Yeah. But it seems to me that if it takes a whole village to raise our children, then when I'm offering to help your neighbors, why don't you offer to help me help your neighbors?
It's pathetic, you know that? It's
rather
pathetic.
than step in and say, don't help them, help me.
This is
it's not rare.
We lost our conscience, I think, somewhere. We lost something.
I don't think it's unique to Kenya. I don't think it's unique to Kenya.
It's unique somewhere.
I think it's
We're going to take a break, come back, and talk about the way forward. You have your goal and your vision, this occupational therapy center for disabled. We want to hear your story.
Kenyan government take over.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
Keep tweeting at KHP Harambee, at Elizabeth Fulton, at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag Forgotten Children. What a story, what an inspiration. These two women, I tell you, doing a lot more than many of us ever will, and they're not tiring anytime soon. How about that? Jeff Koinange live at the Villa Rosa Kempinski takes another break. Plenty more ahead. We'll be back in a moment.